Covering the northern Bahamas, you're watching the Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
And welcome back. Well, President of the Grand Bahama Christian Council is applauding a recent decision by United States President Donald Trump. The U.S. President recently announced that the U.S. recognizes the fact that it has Jerusalem as the capital of Israel. And also, while the many leading nations disagree, Pastor Robert Lockhart says that the Christian community is impressed with that decision.
But I agree with the decision that Donald Trump made, because historically, from 3,000 years ago, Jerusalem has been the capital of Israel. And Israel themselves recognize Jerusalem as their capital, and in practice, all of their major government agencies are in Jerusalem. Not only that, America, through consecutive governments, have voted in Congress and in the Senate that they accept Jerusalem as the capital of Israel, but they just didn't put their embassy there. And they had promised, I think it was from President Bush, had promised that they would move the capital there, but no president actually did it.
Pastor Lockhart says while this decision has actually created some outrage and pushback, the Christian community, on the other hand, sees it as the fulfillment of a greater plan.
We see these pieces coming together, and that's for persons who would pay attention to things from a prophetic perspective. But of course, we know from the Palestinians and our perspective, that may be an infringement on what their goals are. But nonetheless, it's a move that I believe most Christians support. And so, you know, the Bible promises that Jesus Christ will set up his kingdom, his earthly kingdom in Jerusalem. And so I think most Christians firmly believe that Jerusalem, historically and presently, should be the capital of Israel. And it was good to see America willing to support that even further, the decision that President Trump made.
Well, the Grand Bahama Autism Society getting some assistance with the Autism Awareness Campaign. You see the school health team from the Grand Bahama Health Services continues to reach out to help. Last month, both groups came together to promote a Rock Your Sock program in celebration of International Autism Day, which was March 21st. President of the local society, Wendy Hanna, says that they are grateful for any and all assistance year-round.
Living with Down syndrome are just like anybody else in our community. I encourage everyone to include them, accept them, love them, and treat them with respect and dignity that they deserve. They do have their challenges, but they are able to overcome most of their challenges with support from their family, friends, and the community at large. I think that the Grand Bahama community has continued and will continue to definitely show our children and our adults with Down syndrome the love and respect that they deserve. And I encourage you to learn more about Down syndrome and get to know somebody with Down syndrome. They'll definitely add joy and just a wonderful sense of life and excitement to your life.
Well, William Bartlett, enrolled senior nurse of the health team, says they are happy to be a service to the Autism Awareness Campaign.
Aims to bring more public awareness and to decrease discrimination and the stigmatization to children living with Down syndrome in our community. And bringing awareness, it must be understood that Down syndrome is not an isolated to the Bahamas, but that it affects people from all over the world and from all walks of life. It does not matter if you're red, yellow, black, or white, rich or poor, you can be affected with Down syndrome.
Here you can. Now it's time that we got to ask the doctor.
Hi and welcome. Continuing the discussion of eating disorders, today we will talk about bulimia nervosa. Bulimia is a serious, potentially life-threatening eating disorder as well. When you have bulimia, you have episodes of binging, that is, eating large amounts of food, and then purging, which involves feeling a lack of control over your eating. Many people with bulimia also restrict their eating during the day, which often leads to more binge eating and purging. During these episodes, you typically eat a large amount of food in a short period of time, and then you try to rid yourself of the extra calories in an unhealthy way. Because of guilt, shame, and intense fear of weight gain from overeating, you may force vomiting, exercise too much, or use other methods such as laxatives to get rid of the calories. As with other eating disorders, treatment usually takes a team of experienced professionals, and it's a process that may begin with addressing any serious medical complications which may be related to bulimia. I'm Dr. Monique Pratt, and this has been Ask the Doctor.
And that's going to do it for news. We'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll turn our attention to sports.